All right, I'm here with Kirk. What did you do today?
I taught the regional here in Missouri. I got 24th place, and I got my invite to NAS.
Sounds good. What were you playing?
I was playing the best deck, Kashtira.
Kashtira, all right. Before we get into the list, is there anyone you want to shout out?
Of course, I want to give a shout out to my two oldest brothers, Eric and V. They're the people who even got me into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid. And of course, the people who even brought me here. We got Oscar chilling over here. And then we have Eric who helped me with play testing. And of course you, the cameraman.
Yeah.
So thank you. All right,
let's get into it.
So, of course, very just generic how everyone plays it. 3 unicorn. It's going to go to 2, but honestly, it's not going to hurt the deck as much, so that's fine.
Right.
And then, of course, don't mind the weird rarity I have here. I'm poor, but if you guys want to send me 2 more ultis, I'll take it. Of course, 3 Fenrir.
So 3 unicorn, 3 Fenrir.
3 unicorn, 3 Fenrir, and then 2 Rise Heart. I've seen some lists play 2, some lists play 1 or 3, but I think 2 is more of a really good ratio in my opinion.
Sure.
And then also personal preference, I also like the Ogre package.
Okay.
Preparations came in so clutch. This card, there was a time where I literally was just manipulating the draws every time, and that's literally what won me the game. And then of course the 1 Scareclaw, maybe you might bump it up to 2 after this new ban list, but we'll see how it goes. And then one of my MVPs, Dimension Shifter. Love this card to death. I'm glad they never hit it. It's not that bad of a card. It's fine. We'll keep it at that.
Yeah, it's perfectly fair and balanced.
Exactly. Then the 3 Ash, again, I know I'm poor. Don't make fun of me. I'm sorry. I wish I had money. 3 Ash. And then 3 Droll, the problematic card of this format. But, yeah, you just slap a D Shifter. You're straight chilling. And then, average, 3 Field Spell. Nothing to say here. Best 1 card extender. Same thing with Theosis. Theosis is a really good card. Some lists have played it with 2, but I don't know. 3, I want to see more frequently in my hand.
Alright.
And then the 3 Birds. Nothing.
3 Birth, yep.
Nothing beautiful here. Then Prosperity. I don't know. It's a beautiful card. I actually was able to pull off an Infinite Track Goliath. I was up against a Runic Stun player. He tried to destroy my card, and I was like, it can't be destroyed. Then I got called on Judge.
So you got Infinite Track Goliath out?
Hell yeah.
Shoot.
And then the 2 Desires. Shout out to Eric making me play this card last minute, because originally I was not gonna play this card. So shout out to him. This card literally won me games. Drew an Ash and an Imperm, and I was like, beautiful. And then personal preference, this could be anything. I played the 2 Cosmic Cyclones because I hate back row.
Okay.
And I was gonna play Book of Moon, but the last minute I was like, nah, I want Spell and Trap removal, which helped me because I was up against a Pearly player, and she needed the quick play spell to attach to her monster, and I just cycloned it.
So it was between this and Book of Moon?
Yeah.
And you're glad you picked this over Book?
Oh yeah.
All right.
And then of course the 1 Terraforming, of course, and then for the traps, you just play the 1 Big Bang. Preparations. This card was honestly an MVP. Ripped someone's card out of their hand, and then being able to summon it, and like a Kashtira Xyz monster is just so broken. So like they would send away my Rise Heart, I was like, okay, preparations, bring it back.
Sure.
Bust. And then I also have the Imperms. What's that? Here
3.
it is.
I'm about to say 3 Imperms.
3 Imperms. There it is. It was chilling beside. 3 Imperms.
Sure.
Okay, moving on to the extra deck. We got 1 Cyframe Lord Omega. Did not come up once. I drew the driver.
Okay.
This card never came up. I'm probably going to be replaced with Baron in the next format. And the 2 Shangri-La. Surprisingly, I only went with this card once during the whole tournament. And surprisingly, I have all these zone blockers, but I did not zone block at all.
You didn't zone block at all.
Exactly. So the 2 Shangri-Las, and then the Goat himself, a Rise Heart. We'll miss you.
I'll go into 1, bro.
I'm gonna miss this card so much, but we're just gonna play Protective Tower next format with this card. And then of course, the Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation. This was a really good pickup, just being able to pop a card, then banishing like a Theosis or something to get your cards back is just so good. Really good card. And of course, you know, Zeus, gotta love it. Border instant.
Gotta run double Zeus, yeah.
Literally. And then Big Eye, I was able to attack someone with a Scareclaw Kashtira, take a little bit of damage, and then I main phase 2 took control of the Dragoon, and I won the game. And then in the
Oh, Oh no, Diablosis!
The man who was the original Zone Lock 5, but I'll miss this card. Really, I really will. R.I.P. And then a game that won me against time, Red Ice Flare Metal, such a good ass card. You know, I keep forgetting about the first effect. It can't be destroyed by card effects. I kind of forget about that card, that first effect.
It's while it has material, right?
Yeah, while it has material, and you're never getting rid of it. Because I'm not playing fucking Red Ice Black Dragon.
Right.
And then the Pot of Prosperity Fodder, Fossil Warrior Knight, didn't come up as much, but I just wanted to try it out. The Goat Infinite Track, love this under a Rice Heart.
I'm about to say, you mentioned that came out earlier.
Exactly, and my opponent didn't know that, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. And then, of course, Donner. If I'm in a weird situation where someone gives me a token, I have to summon something, I'll just normal summon something, tribute it, use its effect to tribute itself in a monster, and then just special summon.
Just a way out of getting your board locked.
Literally. Then going on to the side deck, we got the 3 Gamma.
Oh my
and the
god.
1 Driver. Honestly, I really hate this package, I'm not going to be honest. I love it and I hate it.
Oh, you hate it?
This was in my hand every time. At this point, I should have just ran 3 drivers because it really liked being in my hand.
That's the new ratio now.
3 driver.
Now that Gamma's gone.
3 driver, 1 Gamma. So Gamma package, standard. And then honestly, I really like this Panker Tops.
Oh sure.
I really like the I contributed for cost and then pop a card. So like if they have a skill drain or something, I'll just special summon, effect, tribute for cost, and then pop it. So it gets me out of a sticky situation. The 1 Heartbeat Feather Duster, spell trap.
Yep, for back row. Yep.
And then what helped me against someone using Dark Ruler no more against me. So I only had a Rise Heart. So Forbidden Lance, they just Dark Ruler me. I was like, Forbidden Lance. Couldn't do anything about it. And then the real MVP of the deck. There can only be one.
Now you were originally playing Solemn Judgment over this, right?
Yes.
What made you decide to switch?
Well, actually, funny story. It was actually Oscar, or it was, I heard it from Oscar first, but then it was Eric, and then Eric told me to try it out. And honestly, this card literally won me games if I did not have this card in my side.
It won you games, alright.
Literally, I would just sat on a Rise Heart, and then I'd probably have like a Fenrir in my Banish because I had preparations. Then during my opponent's turn, I would flip this up. Or like I would wait until they do something. So against a full-on Reach player, round 1. Also, I'm sorry, man. That game took literally like 25 minutes. I'm so sorry.
So you'd prefer Tikaboo over Solemn Judgment then?
Yeah, honestly, ever since how it performed today, this is gonna be staying.
Sure.
This card is amazing. It is so nutty.
Floodgates win championships.
Literally, Floodgates win championships.
Floodgates win championships.
And a card that I did side in, but never actually used. It's evenly matched. It's a set. I actually really like this card, but it never came up. But when it does its job. So yeah.
All right, and that's going to be it for the Kashtira list then.
Thank you. And I'm really excited. I was really scared. I was really nervous because I drew and I lost 2, so I was barely able to make it to the last place. So.
Yeah, and you planning on going to Nats then?
Yes, sir.
All right, well then I'll catch you at Nats.
All right, man. Have a good one.